My competition was 2 days ago on Saturday. Today we're going to do a little recap. What's going on? It's Pro Physique Coach Ben Berluti here, and today I'm going to do a recap of the bodybuilding show which I competed in this past weekend. It's been a long time coming, right? Because I've been doing weekly updates on my channel every single Monday of how things have been going through my contest prep over the past 4 months. October 26th was stage time, the first of two this year. Okay, so little recap, I live in Tampa, Florida, drove 8 hours up to Augusta, Georgia for the show, OCB Unbroken Fall Natural 1, competing in the men's physique division, and it was really a great weekend, guys, okay? I was able to go with family, so my parents live about an hour north of me, and it was a great bonding time. So Friday morning, I got up at 4 a.m., did a quick little pump workout, then headed up there. We drove together, stayed together, and again, it was great to get them all involved and to have them backstage with me, lugging around my water, Pop-Tarts, and rice cakes. So again, great bonding time with family. Wouldn't trade that for anything. So how did the show go? Well, I ended up with 4th and 5th place finishes, got a couple medals, one of which is right here. The other is right here. And hey, I am happy anytime I get to step on stage and do my best. I will tell you that I personally thought I should have placed a little bit higher in one of the classes I was in. But it's not always going to be your day, okay? The judges give you your placings for a reason, and you have to accept that, okay? So I took it, I smiled, right? And I enjoyed it, and I reached out to the judges for specific feedback. They're going to be providing that for me over the next day or so, and I'll update you all with what they say. But my conditioning was spot on. I was getting a lot of comments afterwards. I was probably the most conditioned person there. My posing was good as well, and honestly, when you are dieting for a show, the only things you can control is your look on stage in terms of your leanness, okay? I do not ever want to show up to a show out of shape, having too much body fat on my frame, and your posing. If your posing is off, it's not going to look good, number one, but if you want to do your best based on the men's physique criteria, it really can help you. You can outplace people that have more muscle than you based on your posing, right? So I'm anticipating that they're going to say both of those things were good from looking at the footage I've gotten back, both from the photographer and pictures from the crowd, videos, whatnot. Posing was good. I'm happy with that. Got good feedback there from people watching, as well as the conditioning, of course. So we're going to see. I definitely could use more size on my frame going into the next show. But something we can't control, since I'm competing in 12 days from now, is my fullness going into the show. Okay, so 5 days out from the show, Tyler and I brought up my carbohydrates just a little bit, and then we kept sodium, water, and carbs constant at 260 grams going into show day. Now, the way we determined this is we did 3 check-ins a day. First thing upon waking, after my workout in the morning, and then middle of the day before, or end of the day, really, before my last meal. And then we will determine, okay, do we need to make any adjustments? Am I looking a little flat, a little spilled over, just right? And really, we were looking just right. Towards the end of the week, vascularity was just crazy in my workouts. Thursday, Friday, the veins are popping everywhere, coming out of everywhere, good striations in the muscle. So Tyler was like, with sodium right where it's at, which by the way was at 2,000 milligrams is where I've been having it. Carbs where they were at, fluids, which for me 120 ounces of water a day. He's like, let's just hold everything constant, and then we'll see if we need to make any adjustments on show day. Because on show day, the only thing that's going to make an adjustment, the only thing you are going to adjust is water and sodium, because it takes carbohydrates 1 to 3 days to fully seat in the muscle. So if you're just pounding carbs, it's not going to do anything. So mainly you want to eat to control your hunger levels on show day. I was competing around noon. So I was like, hey, I eat the same things every single day, same serving sizes, all that stuff. I'm just going to have meal one, which I have around 6:30 to 8:30 in the morning, depending on the day, which is my protein oats. And that should help with fullness, right, in terms of satiation. So I did that. I sent some pictures to Tyler after that, right after the meal. Things were looking good. He was happy with that. So he would just keep drinking water steadily. You never want to deplete water. It's going to make you look flat on stage. And we talked about this on Contest Prep Talk, episode 4, which dropped on Thursday. So check that out if you haven't seen it already. So, I was drinking some water steadily. And then also brought some pickles with me, which 1 ounce of pickles, the jarred pickles I had with me, it was 360 milligrams of sodium. So I did that. He's like, let's have a little bit of water, a little bit of sodium. So I was up to about 48 ounces with some pickles in my system. He's like, hey, let's do some pump work because I'm posing and see how you're looking. So I did that. Veins started coming out. The pump was easy to catch. This is the morning of the show, so you don't want to go crazy and do a full workout. But you want to do some pump work just to see how things are going. Like if you can't get a pump, the vascularity is not good. Okay, we have an issue. We probably need more sodium, more water. But things were looking just right. And he was like, hey, let's just hold contact, keep sitting on the water. If we need to eat anything, it'll be something that's easy to digest. So I am all about caramel rice cakes, Pop-Tarts for easy carbs that not fibrous. So I don't want to have a pound of broccoli 20 minutes before I step on stage because now my stomach's going to be distended, right? You want something you can process easily. So I brought some of those backstage, some pickles, water, and I really took care of things, right? Started pumping up backstage. Things were looking good. Now the show was running a little bit behind. This is very common, okay? I was supposed to be on stage around 11:30, 12 o'clock. It ended up being closer to 1:15, 1:30. And it was freezing in the venue. So I got a good pump, but it was hard to sustain it. And I was just so cold. I was like, you know what? I am going outside and standing in the sun because I am just freezing. And I went out there, just kind of was chilling, took a couple pictures, see how I was looking. Vascularity was coming out in the chest, arms and stuff, just kind of sitting there. So I was like, okay, things are looking good. I went back inside to step on stage, which I did. And we had a good time, The judges worked us pretty hard, having us hold our mandatory, switching us around to compare us to the other competitors, see how the lighting hits us, all that stuff, so you can see us from every angle. We're looking for symmetry, conditioning, and muscle size on stage, okay? So competition was good competition, fair fight, right? And I placed where I did, right? And I'm going to see if we could fill a little bit more for Tampa because the morning of the stage, I woke up at 134.9. So I have a little bit of room to fill out. There's no weight cap in men's physique. I have room to fill out my physique, seeing that I am already very, very lean. Maybe we could bring carbs up some more. We already did that as of today. I'm up to 275 carb, keeping everything else constant. We'll probably keep bumping this up going into show day next time just to see if we can dial things in a little bit more. Now, let's get into a little bit more of the minute things. The day before the show, I had a tan. You have to get a tan, right? You don't want to be pale on stage. That's not the look you want. So, had my stage tan scheduled for the night before. I drove up there. Tyler was like, you know what? Let's do a little bit of cardio and a quick pump workout before you do that tan. You've been sitting in the car for 7-8 hours. So what I did was I drove to a gym, ran inside. I had my polygraph, so drug screening, and then the tan coming up soon after. So I ran in there. I was like, I need a day pass right now. So we got that set up, and I got a quick workout, and the pumps were insane. So I was like, okay, things are looking really good. Tyler was happy. So we get a shower, then go to the tan, get my first coats of tan, and do my polygraph, which I passed. Okay, because I am truly natural. 135 pounds of pure mass, guys, okay? If I was not natural, that would be unfortunate. Anyway, got back to my hotel, went to bed, got some rest. The next day, had to go back for a touch-up tan. And then they do a glazing right before you go on stage, like an hour or two before. Doing that backstage, brought some light dumbbells for some pump work. And, we did that. We lined up. We went on stage. And we were good to rock and roll. Now, from there, I was in 2 classes. You have the opportunity to compete in a couple classes, and it's best to jump into as many crossovers as you can. What does that mean? You have debut, novice, and open. Debut is your first time competing, which is not applicable to me because I competed before. But novice means you're an amateur who hasn't come in first in a novice class before, so I could compete in that. And then open um, would be, or sorry, open would be someone who hasn't come in first and has not won their pro card before. So you get to compete in both of those. So I did that, right? Because it's best to get as much stage time as possible. And then we had our individual routines after that. And, I've been prepping now for 4 months, so it was fun to take that to the stage. Got some awesome stage shots from a photographer. And it never ceases to fail me how, when we're lining up for our individual routines, people are looking around going, what is this? And the had competitors ask me, what do we do? Do we have to do men's physique poses? Can we do whatever we want? It's like, man, you haven't thought about this yet? Like, I look forward to the individual routine the most, quite honestly. It's my time to put a little spin on it, do my physique posing, as well as I'm a fan of old school bodybuilding, so a few classic poses and just some, the extra flavor, right? Just bend style, right? Just having some fun. You get to do what you want for 30 seconds up there. So did that, enjoyed it, and again, it was an awesome time to spend time with my parents. And they've got the bug as well, so it was great to see that. But I'm competing in my backyard in Tampa on November the 9th, so I won't have to travel anywhere. So I'll be able to go from my place to the show venue the very same day, low stress, and I'm looking to improve on what I brought this week. And I am so thankful for all the awesome, positive support I got. Like, the day before the show and show day, I was getting so many messages. I hope I responded to all of them because you guys are incredible, leaving me positive, just wishing me the best. And man, you guys are the best. I do it for my fans and my family. Just want to have fun and just want to do my best, right? It's the best you can do. We will do just that, okay? And then we'll go into the off season and work on what the judges say I need to improve. Talk soon.